Hey everyone, day 22 of the 30-day Body, Mind, and Spirit Challenge. 22. Unbelievable. We're just rolling through it. We've got about a week left in this challenge, and of course you can always go back and watch the YouTube videos. You can copy them and distribute them. Entire program is entirely free to you. Today we're going to be working on the mind. Okay, we're going to be utilizing source 5 on the mind, and of course there's a lot of things you could ask for: more intellect or mind clarity or nourishment of the mind or anything in between. Again, folks, you are only limited by your thinking. When you unlimit your thinking, you thereby unlimit your potential to do greatness in the world and spread that high vibration. Okay, today is the mind. We're going to be utilizing another array that has been tried and true from the from the MDM team. Okay? Where you put your attention, the manifestation will follow. Today's all about the mind. Think in your head with utter perfection and clarity what you want to manifest. Okay? Source 5 is actually unbelievable when it comes to manifesting things, especially for the mind. Mind clarity is awesome. Here we go. Where you put your attention, the manifestation will follow. 3, 2, 1. We are now entering the source 5. Okay, folks, day 22 of the 30-day Body, Mind, and Spirit Challenge. Thank you.
Good morning, Rino, Soriano here, the Conscious Health Alchemist, day 22 on your 30-day Holistic Health Challenge. Today I want to talk to you about, preparing food and preparing your meals, because I know I've seen way too many people, they want to eat healthy, they want to do it, but their schedules, they're zipping, they got work, they got kids, they got so much planned going on during the weeks. I'm going to press you and say, too bad, no more excuses. You got to find a way to start making meals yourself, because otherwise you're going to resort to going out and purchasing grunge. So, I gave you on day 1 a pantry and refrigerator makeover. So by now you should have gotten that pretty set and clear. And so have you is my question. And so number 2 is the aspect of life is never going to slow down or stop waiting for you to implement all these holistic practices. It's not the way it works. Most people think all of a sudden their life's just going to stop and give them like a 3-week to a month rest period. It's not going to happen. Okay, so life's going to keep coming at you. So you need to dig a little deeper. You need to find time to prepare your meals. And some of the meal and the recipes I show take very little time to prepare. It's just it's a mindset shift, and so there's no more excuses. If you want to live a delicious, victorious life, and you want to have a healthy body and radiant body, then you got to follow certain practices that create that, and so you have no more excuses. So I'm going to press you and say, hey, take time to prepare your meals. No more. Everyone's zipping out there. You're not the only one, okay? But life is not going to slow down. Waiting for you to implement these holistic habits. Not going to do it. So I'm going to say you need to dig a little deeper within yourself and take time to prepare. I'm going to have some recipes in the download links. You can start off with that. Another thing I recommend is I do have a recipe book called Fun Food Fantastic, and you can get that on Amazon or through my website. But that's a perfect investment for yourself and your family, because these are quick, healthy, delicious meals that are going to knock your socks off. But you just got to learn how to roll, okay? You have stuff coming, I got you. Take a few minutes, take 5, 7, 8 minutes to prepare, and then take it with you. So, and I know sometimes it's challenging when you're traveling, you have kids, but what other option is there? I don't know, going to these fast food restaurants and all this grunge, these prepared foods that you don't really know what's going in them. So my thing is, if you want to have a radiant body, you got to be willing to prepare most of your meals, okay? You can go out from time to time, that's fine, but majority of meals should be coming from you. And it's a different energy that goes into your food, but then it's a much higher quality of food that's going to go into your body. So my deal, I'm going to press you, start making your own meals. I'm going to hit you with some fantastic recipes. The rest is up to you. So take some time, learn how to prepare this, get used to making these recipes, and you'll see it's not that big of a deal. It's just a mindset shift. So what are you going to do with this? I don't know. So I'm going to hit you with some of my fun food fantastic recipes, and the rest is up to you. If you have any questions, let me know. And remember, healthy body, happy soul.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about your second brain. What is your second brain? Well, some of you might have already heard this term, and it refers to your gut, your microbiome. We cannot have the best and highest health until we tend to having a healthy microbiome, and that means your probiotics in your gut, your good bacteria. They perform so many functions, and science is just discovering more and more all the time how critical it is to have a wide range of species and to keep them healthy, and then stay away from things that subtract from a healthy gut. Now, some of the things that your good bacteria do for you, they produce vitamins, amino acids, they synthesize minerals, detox at a cellular level, produce hormones, many things, just absolutely critical. The gut also connects to the brain physically by the vagus nerve that runs down the spine all the way to the gut. This is ongoing communication back and forth, brain, gut, brain, gut. Now the brain has, science tells us, about 100 billion neurons. They also say that there's about 100 million neurons in the gut. This is amazing. The gut also produces 90% of the feel-good hormone serotonin and only 10% in the brain. This tells us that there's a huge link between having the blues, anxiety, depression, mood disorders, if the gut bacteria is not there or malfunctioning. So we need to keep this in our periphery. We've got to tend to our dome, our microbiome of life. It's about, some say 3 pounds, I've heard even 6 pounds, I'm not sure, but there's several pounds of bacteria. There's more cells of bacteria than there are human cells. So the funny thing is, we're more bacteria than we're human cells. So these are our partners. This good bacteria is our partner in health. We got to do it. We got to do it for our mind. You know, the last thing we need are things in our body that are going to bring us down, because we have to be healthy and resilient to tackle today's problems and to live the life we want to live. We don't need to have the blues because, you know, we've done some things to hurt our gut bacteria, and a lot of it comes from overuse of antibiotics. Doctors so freely for years have given them out just for the simplest of viruses, which it doesn't work anyway. And then you have any number of things given out. You take them and you take them, and pretty much you have, you know, a clean slate. There's decimation down there in your gut, and it can't do the things it needs to do to protect you from all the things that come at us that it normally would. You know, viruses, bacteria, funguses, all kinds of things. And then you add that to the chemical imbalances with the brain, and it links to so many things that are crucial. So if we keep a good, healthy microbiome, it affects the entire body. Now, we want to stay away from overuse of antibiotics, of course, as I just mentioned. We want to limit the toxins, and those can come from, again, like I spoke before, the foods we eat, the pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, that can totally destroy good gut bacteria. The chlorine and the fluoride in the water can destroy the good gut bacteria. There's a simple Advil can disrupt the balance like that and create damage. So, you know, if we've taken, you know, a lot of painkillers and over-the-counter medicines, and we know we've had toxins in our life, and we know we used antibiotics, we can rebuild. That's what we got to do. We got to rebuild. One great way to do that is taking a high-quality probiotic. You can look in the refrigerated section of your health food store. That's where the best ones are kept, and start there. If you're not ready to start taking a pill form, you can introduce your body to eating fermented foods. Our ancestors did this, and this is krauts, fermented vegetables, kimchi. Just a tablespoon with your lunch and your dinner can really help reseed that good bacteria and help you break down the food. It's got great enzymes as well. We want to make the most of our digestion, and that is incredible for that. We can also take apple cider vinegar. This is wonderful on so many levels, balancing blood sugar. It aids in weight loss. It will help you reseed. If you get the good kind, the Bragg's with the mother in it, it's got the bacteria in it. It will help reseed your gut bacteria. So keep in mind, we want to eat great prebiotic foods as well. This helps build and feed the good bacteria so they can grow. And this is your healthy foods like artichokes and asparagus and bananas and apples. I'll list a link below with but you can Google it, prebiotic foods. It's easy to find. So that's your challenge. Pay attention to your gut. Always keep it in your periphery and learn to rebuild it. Take the tools. It's not that difficult, and it'll make you healthier anyway. When you eat the prebiotic foods and you start implementing the fermented foods and you try the apple cider, all these things are wonderful all the way around for your health. So just do it. Your body, mind, and spirit will thank you. And once again, thank you guys for joining. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi guys, and we're back. Day 22, Body, Mind, Spirit Challenge. My name is Jim Standish, and I'm one of your co-hosts. So I was just reviewing yesterday's video, day 21, and in a word, boring. I don't want to spend a lot of time me sitting there and teaching you how to meditate, because there are so many resources available to us in the way of guided meditations, and I'm going to certainly turn you on to those resources so that you can kind of practice this and experience it on your own. What I am going to do, however, is share with you a bunch of tools that will enhance your meditation experience. And these tools are invaluable. And for me, it was the addition of certain tools that enabled me to reach a deeper level in meditation. It was something that I had obviously a deep interest in for years and could never really quite get there. And with the addition of a couple of tools and a little bit of training, I was able to get there and a lot deeper. So the first tool that I want to share with you today is called the Sri Yantra. Now, I'm going to try to hold this up. There's a lot of reflection, and maybe you guys are familiar with this, maybe you're not. The Sri Yantra is an ancient symbol. We understand that it is at least potentially 12,000 years old, and we don't even really know how old it is. I have a number of them that I use for different purposes. Now, the one that I just held up, you are going to have the opportunity in your handout down below. You are going to have the opportunity to print one out. I actually laminated it and covered it in plastic because I actually use this in programming water. I actually will sit my water on top of a Sri Yantra. Now, the Sri Yantra, I'm going to give you the research so that you can read about this yourself. It is sacred geometry on steroids. It is the oldest symbol that I think that we know about, at least in this paradigm. And what is important about it is getting the mathematics correct. So the Sri Yantra that you're going to have available to you in the download is from the Sri Yantra research.org site, and the math is precise, and that's what it's really about. It's about angles, it's about sacred geometry. All the math for the pyramids is in here. It is known as a symbol of creation, and we will certainly get into that. We're going to dive into it a little bit more. Another little one, this one is kind of cool. This is a Sri Yantra. This is actually, look at that, you can see me in there. This is gold, a gold-plated Sri Yantra, etched in copper and dipped in 24-karat gold. And again, I have laminated it to protect it so that it doesn't tarnish. And I use this, again, for a very specific purpose, and we will get into that specific purpose. What I want to make available to you is first the symbol. And yesterday we talked about breathing and how important breathing is. And you pulled out, I gave you a handout yesterday, a little mini movie from Uplift that talks about the science of breathing. And I have a couple of really cool ebooks that I'm going to share with you guys that get into breathing on a level that is just, It's extremely in depth. And we can do a lot with our breath in learning and training how to use our breath effectively. And that is why all through this process, I kind of keep nudging away at that thought that that breath is so important. And there are so many ways to use breath to send energy, to direct energy, to pull in energy. It's invaluable to learn how to breathe correctly, and that's what I want to do is share with you the tools so that you can gain the knowledge to understand a lot more about something that you do all day, every day, and we just kind of take for granted. So today, your homework is to pull out your information. Certainly, print up the Sri Yantra that I have made available to you. You can, if you have a printer available to you, we are going to learn how to meditate on this symbol itself. Really cool tidbit. I'm going to give you a whole bunch of data about the Sri Yantra, but one really kind of cool tidbit is that scientists have confirmed and can validate that just looking at the symbol, I think for 10 minutes, actually balances the hemispheres of the brain just by looking at the symbol. That's how crazy this is, okay? And we're just on the tip of the iceberg, guys, tip of the iceberg. So we're going to keep the tools, tips, and techniques coming. Print out your Sri Yantra, get a little bit educated about it, and we will see you on day 23.
Hi, I'm Dr. Howard. Today I'm going to talk about energy and about using it and not wearing yourself out. Energy is real funny. If you use it, you sometimes get real tired. And this is, from what I can tell, after now about 30, 40 years of using it regularly, it comes from two reasons. One, you're not hydrated. You have to maintain your hydration. You have to maintain your water level. If you're not sure if you're hydrated, take your finger, squeeze it, look and see if it pops back out. Mine didn't pop out too well. I'm a little dehydrated. I need to take a little more water in. If I find that taking water doesn't seem to help, I need to take some salt. So to do that, I just get some sea salt, some nice pink sea salt. By the way, don't use white sea salt. They've taken all the good stuff out of it. It's just the same as table salt at that point. You want some either pink or gray with pink polka dots or spots or whatever you want to call them. That's good sea salt. Take about a quarter teaspoon of sea salt, either dissolve it in water or I just throw it into my mouth. Not throw it, I carefully put it into my mouth, drink some water with it, at least 8 ounces, and make sure it's washed down thoroughly so you don't start choking. And that'll put the spring back in your finger when you squeeze it, and it'll indicate that you're hydrated properly. Anyway, if you're not hydrated, you're doing energy work, you're going to be tired. The other thing is, healers often get real tired after they've worked on a number of people or one person for a long time. And that's because they're using their own energy. You want to be an open channel. You want to allow the holy energy to flow through you. And then you can utilize it. You're allowed to. Just let that energy flow through you. When we forget to do that, we get tired. The energy we're using is the energy of the divine. In Judaism, if you want to use energy, you make a wish, which is an intention, setting up an intention. You send the intention up to God. God changes the energy into what you've asked for and sends it back to you. If you forget to do that step and start using your energy, yes, you can modify energy and send it out, but you're going to get awfully tired. One of the ways to handle this, especially for healers, is call the angels. Just ask the archangels to come and keep the gates of heaven open and send the energy through you. It works. You can go all day and not be tired when you do that. Some people say, well, I call the angels and what happens? They seem to come. I get the energy I need, and then they must have gone away. Well, they do. You have to ask them to stay. If you don't ask them to stay, they sort of seem to wander off. I've taught a lot of healers how to do this. Well, maybe not a huge number, but a reasonable number over the years. And it seems to work very well for it's worked for every one of them. It works for me. If you can open the gates of heaven directly, open the gates and let that energy flow. If not, call the archangels. They'll open them for you. It works. And you don't have to be tired. You're not supposed to be tired when you do this work. God bless you. We'll talk again tomorrow.
Hey everyone, Donna Whittington here from Peace, Love, Joy, and Bliss Coaching. And today I want to talk to you about how to talk to your children about sex. So first of all, I want to take you back to when you were young. What was that experience like? Did you have parents that were open and able to talk to you about sex? Or did you have parents that were a little tight about sex and didn't bring it up? Did you have parents that really kind of waited for the school to do it in health class where, they had somebody come in and talk to the kids and you had to sign the paperwork for them to be able to, opt into the class? So whatever your experience was, ask yourself, how do you want this to be for your children? What is the experience that you want to give to your kids when it comes to sex? Okay? When it comes to talking about sex, we want to talk about sex in a normalized way. We need to take the stigma and the taboo out of sex. And the way that we can do that, especially for our kids, is if we are able to talk to them without being embarrassed and talk to them straightforward. Hey, this is how it is. But one thing that I would love for you to bring into your talk when you are talking to your children, or perhaps you're the cool uncle or aunt and they feel comfortable talking to you and they want to talk to you about sex. Not every kid is going to go to their parents to get information about sex. So if you happen to be someone in their life that they are comfortable talking to, then kudos to you for that, number one. But number two, if they feel that they can talk to you, that's a huge, huge kudos to you. So things that we want to do, we want to normalize it. Sex is a normal thing. It is nothing to be embarrassed about. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It is not dirty and sinful and things like that. Let's bring sex into what it is. Sex is beautiful. Sex is sacred. Sex is fun. It's something to be enjoyed, especially, with someone that you are committed to. Now, if you want to talk about abstinence, that's great. However, it's important that you talk to them about sex, because whether you suggest to them that abstinence is the way to go and it's something that you reserve for when you're married, that's great. But what happens if they never get married? Then is sex a bad thing? So think about your relationship and how you view sex, first of all. Secondly, around the normalization of sex, you want to make them comfortable and ask them, what do you know? What do you know about sex? And if you are lucky enough to have a child who says, hey, I got some questions for you, you should feel very proud that they are comfortable coming to you and want to talk to you about sex. So when they do come to you, make everything just nice and calm and answer their questions. If you don't know, sit them down with you at the computer. Look up some things, Google. But do it together so that they know that they're getting great information. You know they're getting good information, and you've taken the taboo out of sex. Answer their questions about oral sex. Tell them what it is. Now, talk to them especially about safe sex. What is safe sex? What is safe sex? Safe sex is with someone that you've been in a relationship with, that you both have been tested, okay? And recently tested. And just because you've recently tested, that doesn't mean you shouldn't wait like 3 to 6 months before having sex. And the reason why I say that is because of infections. You know, if someone has an STI, a sexually transmitted infection, then the infection, it's not going to show up immediately. So you're going to give it time if someone is infected. So talk to them about that. Show them pictures on the internet. This is what an infection looks like. This is what herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. This is what this looks like. Talk to them about their body. Make sure that you can say the words penis, vagina, clitoris. Talk about all of that. And remember, when you can talk to them and just be really even keel about it, then they're going to be comfortable talking to you. And listen. And let them know. No judgment. Then, if they are sexually active, talk to them about birth control. Talk to them about condoms. This is for the girls and, of course, the boys. But make sure, if you have a daughter or a niece, make sure she knows how to use a condom. Make sure she knows how to put a condom on her partner. Make sure she knows that she needs to request the use of condoms, especially in new relationships. Both for the male and the female, you should be using condoms 100% of the time until you know it is going to be a monogamous relationship, and until you've probably passed some months when you know the test results, you've both been tested, you've shared those results with each other. So think about things along those lines. But the best thing that you can do is be confident and just make it a normal thing. Because guess what? Your parents had sex, and that's why you're here. So let them know it is something that is beautiful. It is not something that is forced. Make sure you talk about no means no. Talk to your nieces, your nephews, or your daughters. Talk to them about no means no. Talk to them about their body, their personal space. Do the same thing with the males as well. No means no. All right. If you have questions, you can feel free to give me. Send me an email. Go to my website. You can send me a personal email at peacelovejoy No, peace, love, and bliss coaching at gmail.com. The website is peace, love, joy, and bliss coaching.com. Go to the Facebook page. It is Love Connections. You can send me an email there as well. I look forward to chatting with you. Hope you're having a great day.
How much have you done to your body because someone said it would create the results that you're looking for? How much have you dieted and given to your body as far as pills and herbs and different foods because someone told you it's what you should do? I invite you to ask your body first. Your body knows what it desires and requires. It will show you. It will let you know if you ask it. And listen. That's important. Listening. So what would that create with you and your body if you were willing to ask and receive? I wonder. Thank you, and your body will thank you. It will show you. Ask and receive. Nurture you. Blessings and namaste.